Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. It's 6 a.m. Hi, everybody. Hi, guys. It's me again. So after reviewing my last two episodes, I have decided that this week, Jackie Schimmel is going to be lovely. Lovely, sweet, peachy. I'm going to see... This is a test, really, for me. It's an endurance test. I like to challenge myself professionally, and I just want to see if I can just pretend to be lovely, chipper, and cheerful, because that's who I am all the time. Yeah, I was listening and I was like, oh my God, like what is, first of all, I was menstrual, so I'm like just going to put that out in the universe. Secondly, like, you know, when you do podcasts alone, first of all, if you haven't done it, you better try it before you call yourself a real fucking podcaster, okay? Because this shit is hard. It's actually really, really easy for me, which is really, really scary and something that I am going to look inward and contemplate. But when you start talking to yourself and there is no other human looking back at you to like wince or grimace or roll their eyes, you kind of can't read the room, and you kind of can't read like the backlash or the repercussions of what you're saying. So this week I'm just going to be super, super nice. I'm going to be the nicest Jackie Schimmel you've ever fucking seen. And if you don't get that was a Lisa Rinna reference, then maybe you shouldn't listen to this podcast anymore. Or if you're easily offended, maybe you shouldn't listen to this podcast anymore. Or do. Or don't. So let's just do a little recap. Let's start off on a positive tip, shall we? Because I'm sure it's going to go all downhill from here. So last week, I had the extreme luxury of going to the DP Hugh house and having Justin Anderson color my hair. If you don't know who Justin Anderson is, he is like a super colorist. He's the most lovely, funny, like ingratiating. Listen, I'm like always not trying to make new friends. It is something that I hold tried and true to my heart. I am like not trying to recruit any new friends. You know, there's some people who are like always trying to mingle and, oh, we should totally grab drinks. I'm not that girl. I don't care who you're friends with, what your house is like, how you could benefit me, professionally. I could give 3/4 of a fuck. Do not care. There is no place I would rather be than with my finger up my dog's asshole, watching like some garbage television with a martini in the confines of my own home, wearing like some type of a tracksuit, my indoor tracksuit, my house dress, if you will, house clothes. So, I have like developed a little, like a weird digital friendship with this guy, Justin Anderson, who's a fucking genius. And he invited me over to the DP Who house. He did my hair. I loved him instantly. You know, when you meet someone and they just have like a warm energy, like just like a warm, fuzzy, normally energy. I like normal people. You know, and my definition of normal is probably not others' definition of normal, but I don't like a weird LA fuck. I hate people that like live in LA or move to LA and they think they are killing it and they're gonna let you know about it, honey. Like it just like gives me a rash. It's so embarrassing. Shut the fuck up. Like, unless you're Oprah, just sit the fuck down. I literally don't care. It screams mediocrity. See, here I go again. Just kidding. Reach for the stars. You find that star in the sky and you reach, honey. Keep on reaching. It's just so refreshing to meet people that I actually like, because it's let me tell you, far and few in between. I come from a place of no. I'm just like not actively trying to have more friends. I believe in quality over quantity, and it takes such a long time to get to know me in general. I'm like not trying to do that much legwork, if you get what I mean. Actually, I'm trying to weed out people. And I've decided that this is my year to start cutting the cord. Because like I feel like sometimes we feel tethered to people because of history or blood or some type of reliance, like they were there for you for this or you were there for them for that. And then we feel like we have to be attached and continue a relationship. But at a certain time in your life, like you just gotta cut the fluff, cut the fat, and it's totally okay. And I think it's really healthy and constructive. And I'm going to start doing it. So get ready. I've got a metaphorical red fucking pen and I am crossing out names, okay? Because I am a real bitch and I know exactly what's going on. I love myself. Okay, influenza. That's my new thing. I'm going to start calling influencers influenzas. At the start of the year, we have to prepare ourselves for, the new year, the new years. And since we're almost at the end of the month, how many of you have already seen the daily gym selfies, that your friend Shirley's posting start to dwindle? Resolutions come and go, but real lasting growth takes time. One change I really can endorse is Nutrafol, okay? Real hair growth doesn't come from quick fixes or unrealistic timelines. It comes from building a routine that nourishes your body what it needs consistently over time. There's no miracle snake oil, okay? Nutrafol is the real deal. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. They have a formula for everybody, okay? Postpartum, menopause. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are peer-reviewed, NSF certified for sport, and clinically tested to measure improvements in growth, quality, and strength, okay? I just started taking Nutrafol again. I took it after I gave birth to Clyde. It changed my life. I got my extensions out. I'm on a hair growth journey. And Nutrafol is obviously the first stop. See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code BIBLE. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code BIBLE. That is Nutrafol.com, promo code BIBLE. I'm known for many things, okay? Being a worldwide pop sensation, having gorgeous skin, and terrorizing my local Gelson's parking lot, to name a few of my accolades. No high school degree can buy you that, but one thing I'm not known for is a good night's sleep. Jackie Schimmel and sleep go together like Kelly Ben-Simone and St. John. But all of that changed when I found my Lisa mattress, okay? Originally, I got a Lisa mattress for our guest room, and then everyone was raving about it, and I laid in it, and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? I need one of these for myself. I have been sleeping better than ever this past few months, and I really attribute it to my Lisa mattress. Lisa has gorgeously crafted mattresses tailored to how you sleep. From night one, you're going to feel the difference. Premium materials that deliver serious comfort, full body support. They also give you a 120-night sleep trial. Lisa has been tested and awarded Best Hybrid Mattress by New York Times Wirecutter. They're also exclusively featured by West Elm as their go-to mattress partner. Also, they donate thousands of mattresses to those in need. They partner with organizations like Clean Hub to help remove harmful plastic waste from our oceans. So it's a good cause, okay? Go to lisa.com for 20% off mattresses, plus get an extra $50 off with promo code BIBLE. Exclusive for my listeners, that's Lisa, LEESA.com, promo code BIBLE for 20% off mattresses, plus an extra $50 off. Support our show and let them know that we sent you after checkout. That is lisa.com, promo code BIBLE. I don't know what happened, but I woke up last week and all of a sudden I started getting a lot of free shit, and it's kind of nice because that's at the beginning of all this. All I wanted was free shit, not to have to work in an office because fluorescent lighting does nothing for me, and I also don't like to listen to people. I'm not good at it. It's just it's one of those things. If someone tells me to do something, I will do the opposite. It's not great in a professional setting. But enough about me. Hashtag unlikable. Hashtag influenza. Hashtag swipe to shop. Hashtag ear tuck. Hashtag kill me. So Jerry Halliwell and Mel B from the Spice Girls had a lesbian tryst while they were in the Spice Girls together. I love this. I mean, personally, I always thought Mel C, Sporty Spice, was the lesbian. But, Jerry and Scary are not far off. I could totally see them hooking up. Not shocked at all. Now, I was always, and I think this says a lot about a person, which Spice Girl that they kind of aligned themselves with. I know everybody loved Baby. I was like, Baby is a little bit of a pussy for me. I get it. She was cute. She had the pigtails and the lollipop and the thigh highs, and she was a low-key slut, which I think we all really loved in our youth. But I didn't really fucks with Baby. I'm posh. She doesn't really sing. She's not giving me a lot on the personality front. You know, Sporty Spice, I'm not really coordinated, so I was like, I don't fucks with you in the tracksuits. Now, I always leaned towards Ginger. She was my number one. And Scary Spice, because we had similar hair textures. And so those were the two that I identified with the most. Also love a leopard. And I'm glad that they hooked up. I was thinking about this the other day because a lot of people, I was talking to my girlfriends about like, you know, hooking up with other girls. I'm one of the only, not one of the only, but like I've never hooked up with a girl. I've never kissed a girl. I've never wanted to kiss a girl. A lot of the times, like when I saw that go down in college, like, or in high school, like it just felt like people were doing it to like to get attention from other men. And you know, in today's social landscape, a lot of people are like, you know, love is love. Well, love is love. But like I'm straight, so I like men. And people say that, you know, I'm not attracted to men or women, I'm attracted to a soul. Well, I'm not. When I'm attracted to a soul that's a female, then we become friends. I don't want to even see their vagina. Like, I don't like vaginas, okay? Except my own. I don't want to see it. I don't want to go near it. I would sooner, like the thought of it makes me dry heave. That's how I know that I like men and dogs. And people say that like you could be in a marriage for like 40 years and then you meet some woman and then all of a sudden that's your soulmate and then you just fall in love with a woman. I don't see that happening for me. You know, if it happens to you, great. I have never had a lesbian experience. I'm never going to have a lesbian experience. Oh my God. And these couples that do the threesome thing where they bring in like I would I do not understand that at all. The whole concept, like literally like my vagina, like I'm clenching all of my holes. It makes me so wildly uncomfortable. Like, how do you recover from that? I feel like that's such a recipe for disaster. You know, like people do that shit. They're like, oh, at our 20-year wedding anniversary, we're going to bring in a third. No. Hell no. I would cut somebody. I swear to God. If I see like somebody send Andrew like a smiley face emoji, I'm about ready to like jump in my car, find out where this bitch lives, and like boil her bunny. For real. I am so jealous and I always have been, but not to this degree. Like I'm super, super possessive over my husband, and a lot of people think that that's like a sign of insecurity. Like I don't think that's the case. I like what's mine. And he doesn't realize how hot and talented and cute he is. And he's a little naive and like bitches be crazy. Crazy, okay? Manipulative, and they're out there, and I know because I'm one of them. So just stay in your fucking lane, ladies, because I'll come for you, okay? I'm crazy. Yo soy loco. That bilingual too. So many layers. Here's another one. Cardi B alleged, well, actually, no, it's not alleged. She totally owned up to it. And this is how you motherfucking apologize, everybody. So Cardi B drugged and robbed people back in the day when she was on the pole. So this came out. Immediately, she does what any normal person would do and goes to her notepad on her iPhone and issues a public apology taking full accountability. Now, I like this. I think this is something that we should all learn from Cardi B. When you're in a pickle and you get caught, the only thing you can ever do to rectify any situation is to immediately take full ownership, full accountability, tackle the beast head on, say that you were wrong, ask for forgiveness, and then keep it fucking moving. I am talking to you, Felicity and Lori. When you do something shitty, also Jussie Smollett, I mean, the jig is up for you. You fucked this up big time. I can't even keep up with this whole Jussie Smollett. Am I saying that right? Probably not. I don't give a fuck. So he just got off and he's not guilty, and I don't know exactly what's going. Like, I'm a headline skimmer. Like, listen, Diane Sawyer could never. So, you know what though? I mean, his career is over. Nobody's going to fucks with him anymore. So then they were saying that the two brothers that beat him up, he was attacked for doing whiteface. This is getting so slippery and so messy and so divisive and really counterproductive to a lot of the racial issues that are going on in our country and just muddying the waters, okay? Love Jackie. Jackie Schimmel for president. That's my little rant for the day. Just one. Buckle up, bitches. So Cardi B, yes, she totally took to Instagram as one does and acknowledged that she used to do that. She was going through a hard time. I forgive her, kind of. I totally forgive her. I forgive anyone that totally owns their shit and takes accountability. It is the only way. It's the only way. Lori Loughlin. I don't know why I'm targeting Lori more than Felicity Huffman. I mean, well, I do know. I said this. It's because of Georgia Rule. It's a great classic. It's a family film, really. Lori Loughlin, all she had to do was come out and say, listen, this happened. I'm really, really embarrassed. I shouldn't have done this. This is, tampering with the education system. I understand that I put other people who deserve like a college education in jeopardy. It was fucked up. It was wrong. I want to do everything I can to make this right. I apologize. I'm embarrassed and I will fix this. I mean, I don't know if that's great, but something along those lines. The Silence Act is not helping. It never works. Like, people are just going to come ream you. So just get ahead of it. Always get ahead of it. Similarly, if you're not sorry for something, you should never apologize because then you're setting the future. It's not authentic. Like, I have made it a personal promise to myself that I will never, ever, ever apologize for something that was not malicious, that was not intended to hurt anybody, that was not vindictive, that I don't feel remorse for. And I do, shockingly, feel remorse for things if I've hurt someone that I love. Now, my favorite apology of all time is a Real Housewife apology, which is, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Guess what, guys? It's my favorite time of the year. It's wedding season. So this is a great story. In this week's edition of Not All Heroes Wear Capes, just want to say that I have done this about 4 times in a row. This is what you call a motherfucking segment. Hashtag professional. Sorry, my voice is shot to shit. You know what's another amazing hashtag? Just side note. Hashtag boss mom. Hashtag pyramid scheme. Oh God, the boss mom revolution is here. And they are on Facebook and they are hawking shit. Oh my God, there was this one sad girl trying to get me to buy some fucking jewelry from a catalog. Let me tell you something. This is not 1987, okay? Like, some of it I am down with. Love me some essential oils. However, I'm not going to buy a fucking necklace from a catalog from a girl that was in my algebra class who's a hashtag boss mom. Hashtag unfollow. Hashtag we don't know each other. Hashtag die. Okay. Hashtag boss mom. Okay. Hashtag mom life. By the way, we got to get Beverly Mitchell on this podcast. Okay. Like, it's happening. It's going. I don't know how we're going to do this. She has to do this. We are celebrating her in the biggest, baddest way of all time. Okay. It's going to be a fucking fiesta. Note to self, book Bev Mitch. Okay, so wedding season is upon us, and this is the newest story. In Not All Heroes Wear Capes. So this bride embezzled $93,000 from her company to get pre-wedding butt implants. And honestly, I get it. I love a casual embezzlement. I love a pre-wedding embezzlement because nothing sets you up for your journey of bliss than a little embezzlement. You know what I mean? Like, by the way, I think it's actually pretty considerate that she's committing a felony before her nuptials, So she's not putting that on the groom. It's adorable. And you know what? Maybe I need a butt implant. Although I know the big butt thing is like, listen, I want a perky ass, but I don't want a big ol' ass. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's great for my body type. It would just look weird. I have like big saggy tits and I don't also need like in 30 years a saggy ass. And I just don't need the like, I'm already gonna have to get this shit lifted at least 16 times. I don't want my ass to fall. And then when you have a big old ass, you got to make sure that the shit is tight, you know? Because it's when you're young, it's all good. But then when you get older, all I envision is a velour stretch pant and an orthopedic sneaker. And that's just like not my look. You know what I mean? So, you know, do I support the surgery? Sure. But yeah, God bless her. God bless her, okay? I hope that she had the baby picture collage and Jack Johnson played during the processional. Mickey Banana Pink. Let me tell you something about Jack Johnson, okay? What a pussy. If I saw that motherfucker in a dark alley, I would get in my car and I would floor it. Mickey Banana Pancakes, little dude. Like, vagina, okay? It's like every time I hear that fucking song, I get a menstrual cycle because it's like such a little, like I just imagine him barefoot with like puka shells and like strumming his little guitar. He's got a tampon up there. Like I just hate him. I hate him so much. You guys, I'm just kidding. I'm nice. I'm the nicest Jackie Schimmel you've ever met, okay? But really, that song just fucking kills me. And there was another, I have this new joke that I've been trying out because, you know, I'm such a comedian. And by the way, don't ever, everybody's like, you should, not everybody. I mean, like 3 people are like, you should do stand-up. A, I'm way too cute for stand-up. B, I have a life. C, no. D, never. E, like I appreciate the art of stand-up. I have friends that are stand-up comedians that are amazing, and I totally like support what they do because that's like what their job is, and I totally think that's amazing. But for me, like mediocre stand-up comedy is the most mortifying thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm kind of like an impulse off the cuff funny kind of girl. That's what I think is funny. So just by the pure nature of stand-up being pre-rehearsed, it kind of strips its humor for me because when I think someone's funny, I think it's because they're just naturally funny and they're quick and they're moving and they can keep up and it's off the cuff and it's not pre-rehearsed. And the whole thing, it doesn't do it for me. It's just not, it's not my brand. Ooh, influenza. I just dropped the B word. Brand. Kill me. So wedding season is here. The collages are here. See, this is another, oh my God, I have ADHD. I need Ritalin. I need Adderall. Actually, I don't like the shakes. What I was saying is the other week when we were in Australia, Andrew was working and I was like doing the schmooze thing with our good friend who's also Andrew's manager. We were like going out for drinks and with the publishers and the music people. And I was just like being like, basically like an unpaid escort. Like I'm just, I'm good to bring to a business dinner because like I lighten the mood. I have no agenda. I'm not in the music industry. So I can just like provide quippy commentary and like get everybody to have good cocktails and like I'm a good orderer, appetizer orderer. So all in all, like I'm a good hang. And I was with a bunch of these guys and my close friend, Andrew's manager, like stepped out for a second and this fucking Gavin DeGraw song came on. The restaurant, and it was like, I don't want to be anything other than what, like another fucking nightmarish song, kill me. And I said to these table full of music industry people, I'm like, God, I love this song. They totally didn't get that I was joking because it's really not that funny of a joke. And I've done this a couple times with Andrew. Just like the shittiest song will come on like Flo Rida, and I'll be like a deep Flo Rida cut, and I'm like, God, I love Flo Rida. And it's kind of like a humor litmus test to see if people get my sense of humor, whether they laugh or not. These people did not get that I was joking. They're like, yeah, Gavin DeGraw is an amazing songwriter. He really had a run there, his album. And I was like, oh, fuck, now I got to talk about Gavin DeGraw for 5 minutes and pretend like I like him when I was blatantly joking because his shit sucks. Just kidding. Just kidding. I support art. Look at this in a moment of growth and introspection. Is that a word? Who gives a fuck? Anything's a word if it makes sense and it lands and you know the intent of what the word was supposed to mean. That's what I used to tell my English teacher. So Kylie Jenner is coming forward and admitting that maybe her fortune is not entirely self-made. And as you know, me and Kylie are longtime frenemies. She called me the downfall of our gender about 5 years ago, which was, ironically the highlight of my career at the time. So this is what she said, because obviously she was on the cover of Forbes and she was proclaimed the youngest self-made billionaire. And she does maintain that she was completely cut off financially at age 15 and that she did start the business all herself. But when she was kind of asked about the backlash in the New York Times, she did admit that it may not be entirely accurate to call her self-made. This is her quote. "I can't say I've done it myself." So that was a very short quote. If they're just talking finances, technically, yes, I don't have any inherited money, but I have had a lot of help and a huge platform. Good for you, Kai. She's kind of growing on me. I like that she's kind of gone off the radar a little bit and lived a more private life. I really respect it about her. So a couple weeks ago, like a true professional, I went on the Bitch Bible official closed private group page and asked you guys, hi guys, any questions that you wanted me to answer on this podcast. And being that this is my, fourth solo episode, I needed a little interaction. So I'm going to do this, which I typically don't do because I do think it's semi-self-indulgent and who am I? Oprah? No. But here we are. Okay. This is a really important question. Jackie, would you rather wear Richard as a boot with the fur or as a headpiece? That is an interesting question. I mean, obviously both. I would like to wear I'd like to wear his limbs as a body chain, like a fringe skirt, but I would probably like to wear him as a boot, but the whole body. So I could just shove my foot in his ass and then, wear it like a Chelsea boot. That would be fun for me. Oh, here's a fun one. Wholesome as it gets. Wholesome as a chicken pot pie. Is it okay to just not like your sibling and not talk to them anymore? So basically they're saying, is it okay to just cut off a relationship with your sibling? Yeah. Now, I think that anytime that you want to cut off a relationship with anybody, the first thing you need to do is objectively look at the situation and see if it's your fault, if it's their fault, if it's a chemistry thing, if it's just a loss of commonality. I don't even know what commonality means. I mean, sometimes these words just flow out of me and I don't think that they're real words, but they sound so intelligent. Olivia Jade could never. I think that anytime a relationship becomes, I hate to use this word because it's just so choke on a cock, but toxic, you got to do you. Blood, it's important to a degree, but if my sister was a serial killer, I would never fucking speak to her again because I don't want to hang out with a serial killer. You know what I mean? You don't get a pass just because you're blood. You don't get a pass just because of history. But you do need to, honestly assess the situation and see if you have anything to do with it, if it's partly your fault. If it's even half your fault, then you don't get to be the one to cut it off because you're a participant in the dysfunction. Okay? Worst person you have ever collaborated with. Well, the person that was the rudest, who I wouldn't have on my podcast with I don't even want to say his name because he's so irrelevant. Nobody who knows who he is. He was a comedian named Brooks. He was super rude to me. He would probably give his fucking left limb to come crawling back on my podcast now, which I would never have him. So that was probably the worst. But there's been quite a few. At the beginning, in particular, it was very rough to book guests, as you can imagine, and people were very, very condescending and thought that I was really stupid, probably because I was really stupid and unprofessional and had no idea what I was doing, which I totally understand, but then don't agree to go. Because if you're going to do it, if you're going to go on someone's podcast, if you're going to go anywhere, you be fucking polite, okay? And this is coming from me, who is the biggest cunt ever, but I'm a coward and I do that in the convenience of a studio behind a microphone, but I'm really, really kind to people, especially people who can do nothing for me. And that says everything about a person. If I hang out with anyone, it could be my best friend, the love of my life, whatever. If you treat somebody like a waiter or an Uber driver, anyone like they work for you or they're beneath you, I will never speak to you again. I think it's the most disgusting thing in the world. I think how you treat people who can do nothing for you is so much more important than sucking somebody's dick who can do everything for you. Bitch, don't play that game. Okay? About 4 of you have asked about some of the makeup products that I use because I have been the pioneer woman of the anti-matte movement. I don't like matte lipstick. I don't like matte face products. I think it makes you look dry, dehydrated, and just cakey. I love a dew. And obviously, like, the foundation of your skin is the most important part. As long as you're using clean face products, BioClarity is great. Rhonda Allison is great. What else do I use? Rhonda Allison. Oh my God, First Aid Beauty is unfucking believable. Their face oil has changed my life. It's like cannabis face oil. I put that under my makeup and it's honestly been the biggest game changer for me as far as makeup goes. I'd love to say that I don't wear any makeup, but I absolutely do. Like I said, I have redness, which BioClarity, this Floralux stuff does help. It comes in a green tube. It's really good if you have redness. I always wear a tinted moisturizer and I buy like illuminating one. Laura Mercier is really good. Makeup Forever is really good. NARS is really good. And then this Chanel stick I started using, it's like some balm highlighter, glowy oil stick that I put on my nose and my cheeks, and it's amazing, and you have to go fucking get it. And no one's paying me to say that. I wish they were. Okay, I love this one so much because this like rings true to my heart. How can I better cope with the stress of my demanding job and overall life irritants without without taking it out on my spouse? I'm a horrifying asshole to him at times, and he loves me anyway. He deserves better from me. Any tips? I'm not great at this because I think that we always take out like our life frustrations on our significant others because they're just there and we know that they love us, and like we can't pull that shit in a professional setting or whatever. You got to find something that calms you the fuck down, okay? Whether it's a chilled vodka martini, just one, don't get crazy, or like going for a fucking walk, which does nothing for me except wind me up. Some people like it. People are like, just go for a walk. It really calms me. I'm not a walker, okay? I like to do minimal physical activity. Like me going for a walk, like there's birds chirping, I'm getting anxiety, there's pollen, I have a postnasal drip. Like I'm a little too Jewish and jappy for that shit. But maybe just have a little you time when you get home. That always helps me because Andrew comes home late. So I have like a buffer of like a few hours where I'm alone, and anything that's like bothering me or fucking just eating at my soul, if I sit down in front of the TV, light my candles, sit in my pretty living room with my flowers and my dog, I instantly feel better. So you just have to find something that relaxes you. I have to be alone. It is like I get so anxious and just like pent up when I'm in social settings where I feel like I can't be 1000% myself, or I have to be like, I get really, 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 really irritated, and I need to have just a complete moment of solitude. I have to go full Nell for like at least an hour. It's kind of like a refresh, reset button for me. Have to be alone, have to turn my phone off, can't talk to anybody. I get really burdened by people calling me all the time, and it really like eats at my soul. It's something that I've had to learn how to control because it's ridiculous. Like, people texting me and calling me and asking me what I'm doing is polite, and it shouldn't burden me so much. So like for me, I just need to just completely unplug. So maybe try that, or just like think before you speak. And I shouldn't be giving advice on this because I'm the worst at this. So my advice to you is to ask somebody else who knows how to do this better, because I'm fucking terrible. Do you think it's possible to turn the guy you've been casually hooking up with into an actual relationship? How do I get him to take me seriously? Or did I ruin it with him by being too much of a whore at the beginning? I totally think it's possible. I think that, I think you cut it off. Listen, it's not lovely to say, but it's the truth. I love an ultimatum. I think they're incredibly effective. And ultimately, you're going to get the result that you should have anyway. So I would cut it off cold turkey and be like, listen, I want a relationship. I like you. Lay it on the line and then be like, but like, honestly, I don't want to do this casual thing anymore. So like, I got to move on. Sorry, bro. Keep it unemotional. Just be logical, rational, and then don't be a dumb fuck and say like, I'm over this. And then like text him the next day. Cut it off. My boyfriend in high school, we like went to college together, and then he like kind of broke up with me. It was like he like kind of broke up with me. He basically made me break up with him by just not speaking to me for a couple days. So like I had to break up with him. So I still consider it that he broke up with me, which by the way, big mistake. I was definitely the hottest girl that he's ever going to be with. I'm just saying. Doug, you listen to me? Just saying, okay? It was a big mistake on his part. Big mistake. Huge. Anywho, so I broke up with him, but he really broke up with me. It was a real mind fuck. I didn't even know he had it in him. And I said to him, like, I don't want to speak to you for like 4 months. Like, I don't want to speak to you. Blocked his number. I swear to God, I didn't speak to that motherfucker for like 5 months. Not a word, not a text, not a wink, not a like. Blocked him on AIM, blocked him on everything. And it worked. It was so... just knowing that there was not going to be communication and sticking with it. I've never felt self-love like that. I'm like, I'm fucking amazing. The control, why is this all coming back to me? I've become a real narcissist. This is not about Jackie. It's not about you. Now that I'm in this space and this is like my job, I got to be real fucking careful. Like, I make it a constant effort to not talk about myself when I'm around other people. And then I go into a deep, dark hole. Like if I feel like I talked about myself too much, like I'll send like a weird text message and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, because I'm very, very sensitive to it because I don't want to be a fucking asshole. This is not about me. See, I'm still talking about myself. This is not good. Yes. Give him an ultimatum. Say, listen, like I want a relationship. I think I fucked it up by like kind of setting the course of this as being casual. I think we should see other people. It will drive him wild. Guys are very territorial, okay? They have testosterone flowing through their bodies. Like, use that to our advantage, okay? Upsides of sexism. Let's manipulate the fuck out of them, okay? Let's use our gifts. Use our ovaries. Use our gifts. Women are naturally more manipulative, I think. And we're more in touch with, we have intuition. We know the game. Play the game. It's so fun. Do it. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life and have one drink, what would they be? Really great bread and butter. And I mean, I want to say water so I seem healthy, but I would probably have Pinot Noir. I mean, I love vodka, but like I could get over that. I think Pinot Noir and bread and butter, I would be fine with. How to get over a breakup with Jackie Schimmel. I am so good at this, not because I have an icy black soul, but because I've weathered a storm or two. Like I said, the first thing you need to do is commit to excommunicating them. Hold a little Shiva in your head. They are now dead to you. Okay, this is so important, especially if you got dumped. First of all, it will drive them crazy, which is just a bonus. Secondly, you're protecting yourself because you're not going to be staring at your phone, wondering if they want to catch up or if they miss you or anything. So you have to, the only thing you can do when you're dumped is take control back. And the way you take control back is by making the decision that you two are no longer speaking. And some people will say that's immature. How the fuck are you supposed to heal a wound? Have you ever had a scab? When it starts to crust over, if you keep picking at it, it's not going to grow new skin cells, okay? Leave it alone. Cut them off. You don't need to be catching up. You don't need, I miss you, how are you? No, okay? The first thing you need to do is you make the decision. You take the power back by saying, we're not speaking for this amount of time. Block them. Do whatever you need to do, okay? Secondly, you need to force yourself to get back out there. You need to distract yourself. You need to surround yourself with your fun friends. Go out. Don't go crazy. Don't go messy. Don't be like a fucking idiot loser. Like, I'm going to get shit-faced and then I'm going to cry in a corner and puke in my purse. Like, get your shit together, okay? It's 2019. I'm so sick of like the messiness and everyone thinks it's so fucking funny. I'm a whore. I'm so hungover. Get a new shtick, okay? God, I'm so over it. It's so fucking boring and tired. Get your shit together. Find your balls and buck the fuck up, Buttercup. Just kidding. I'm nice. So get back out there and get back on that horse. You know what I mean? Excommunicate, get out, distract, hang out with people that make you laugh, and, give yourself like a couple days to like do the whole thing. Mascara, tears, and Ben and Jerry's, and then fucking buck up and just know, a lot of people get back together. A lot of people fucking don't. On and off relationships, get the fuck out. I don't understand. There's no, like people are like, oh, me and Andrew never broke up for even an hour, okay? We were done. That's normal. It really is normal. I promise you. And when you find it, you'll get it. On and off relationships. Well, we've been on and off. Why? No, that doesn't work. No. I must say this has taken a relatively wholesome turn. So a lot of people have asked me about panic attacks because I've talked about them in the podcast before. I have had multiple panic attacks, not recently, but when I was younger, like high school, college times. I fainted a few times. I've had like full epileptic, like throat closing, like thought I needed to be hospitalized. Only probably like 5 or 6 times though. And I have in my life suffered with generalized anxiety, and I think that we need to be very careful deciphering what real anxiety is, because anxiety is a natural part of life. Being nervous about something that is nerve-wracking is not anxiety. That's a natural response. I think illogical, irrational response, anxiety to things that are very normal is when people need to be a little bit more mindful. Like obviously, like if you're doing something that is anxiety inducing, that it's not the same thing. For me, because it is so prominent in my family, I have just learned through trial and error what makes me anxious, what doesn't make me anxious. I find that if I don't sleep, if I'm not eating right, if I drink too much, the next day I always feel like shaky and panicky. I hate to say this because it's so cliche, but like working out has helped a lot. Ugh, so boring, believe me. Like I am not someone that wants to be endorsing exercise. It's just not my thing. I have fought against it for years, but it really does kind of make you feel better, and like fuck endorphins, but like it's good for you. I know that when I'm doing things that are healthy, getting good sleep, taking care of my skin, eating right, like when I'm in a routine, I'm very, very happy. Also, when I'm on vacation, I'm very, very happy. And I've whatever. So I don't really know. My advice is to call a doctor, because what the fuck do I know? I'm a full functioning moron with a bird phobia and a throw up phobia. And I'm like completely manic and I'm completely nightmarish. So I probably shouldn't be answering any of these questions because I am 1000% unqualified. Thank you guys for listening to this gorgeous podcast. Everyone, please follow me on Instagram at Jackie Schimmel. The influencer adjacency that is happening. You got to see my photo shoot with my ear tuck because you will die. And make sure you give us 5 stars on iTunes because it really helps. Also, fucking pay it forward. Haley Joel Osmond sans the stabbing. Tell everybody you know, okay? And subscribe. I'll see you next week.